welcome back to the Fusion 360 tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to look at specific techniques for optimizing your sketching techniques so that you're being efficient and accurate. And there's two different ways to approach any drawing, and that's if it's symmetrical and non-symmetrical. So let's look at symmetrical first. I've already created a Fusion drawing. I'm just going to turn on my symmetrical canvas. Now you'll notice that it's a maple leaf. And you'll notice a couple of things. The first one being it's nothing but straight lines. So that's easy. Every time there's a straight line, we're going to draw a straight line. And the other thing too is that it's mirrorable. So we can draw one half and then we can draw the other half. But there's no point in drawing the other half. Let's just mirror it. So we'll draw half and then we'll mirror it over and then we're done. So let's go into our symmetrical sketch I've already created, and the first thing I like to do is we're going to create a mirror line. So I'm going to click on line and I'm just going to zoom in, place it right about there. Then I'm going to come down. And I'm just going to come down below. I'll trim it off later, make sure it's 90 degrees, left click, place it. And we're good. So give it a nice little save. Now, what I like to do is I like to make things construction lines if they're mirrors. I'm just going to click on this, I'm going to click on construction, and we're good to go. Now we've got a construction line. Okay, so now what we can do is we can just start tracing. So I'm just going to use my sketch. And this time I'll attach directly to the end, and then I'm just going to come down and very quickly but accurately place all of my points. And the beauty of this is that if we don't mirror it, our drawing will not be accurate. It'll be visibly different. By using mirror, not only do we save time, but we achieve much more accurate drawings. So come down here, and then end. Alright, so there we go. We've got our half of our maple leaf. We'll do our save. And now we want to do a mirror. And as we learned before, mirror is pretty easy. We're going to select our objects. So we're going to just select them all. I could do a Windows select, but there isn't that many. And we're going to select our mirror line. And there we go. Okay. Now we've got all these symmetrical points. We don't need to, let's just turn the constraints off. So there we go. Our mirrored object. And then you can see that there's a slight variation right along here. And that's because this image wasn't drawn perfect. Don't worry about that. This is now perfect. And then we'll save our work. We can turn off our canvas. And now we have a nice maple leaf that we can do something with. And you can delete your construction line if you're done, but I'm just going to leave it. So there we go. That's how to do symmetrical drawings. Now what if there isn't anything symmetrical? So let's turn off and let's turn on non-symmetrical. So we got a fish. So we can't mirror anything here. There's just nothing to mirror. And you'll also notice that there are no straight lines. So when you've got curves like this that there's no tool for, there's no arc that's exactly this, then we need to use just basic spline tool tracing. So I'm going to open up my non-symmetrical, and we're going to go sketch, we're going to go spline, and all we have to do now is just start curving our lines around our fishy here. And you can take as much time as you want. In fact, you should take all the time in the world when you're doing this because it will look better. And pride and workmanship is always a factor. But I'll speed it up a little bit so that you're not totally bored. Now you'll notice how we've got this really weird thing, and sometimes you get to curves where it's just not going to work. Just hit the check mark. Don't worry about these green lines. And then just start again from that point. If you find it difficult to trace, the mouse seems to go in places that you don't want it to, there's a good chance that your snap is on. Now I can't come around, so same thing. I'll close out, I'll start again, and we'll keep going. And these modeling aids are just the way it goes, and there isn't anything you can do about them. You just kind of got to get used to them.
A few moments later.
Okay. Now if you want to make any alterations, you can grab this and you can sort of change some of the shapes and all that good stuff. But there we go. We've got our fish drawn. For the eye, I would just do a circle, 2 point, one there, one there. Stop the sketch. Let's turn off the canvas, and there we go. We have a fish. We can expand it and do any additions that we need to do, changes if we want. We can go back into the sketch and let's say we didn't like something about it. We can, right here, it's not really all that nice. We can just smooth that out, do a little drag, a little drop. Alright, and there we have it. Non-symmetrical drawings. So now you're pretty much ready to start your first project, and good luck. Thanks for watching.